Hey, what's up? What's up? I am Donnie, and these are my thoughts. Yo, it's episode 50. Everybody go nuts, right? It's episode 50. Oh my God. 50 episodes of me giving you my thoughts. I thank you all so much. This is Donnie's Thoughts, episode 50. This is major. This is major. It's been a slow grind, but yes, this is episode 50, season 1. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God. Give a round of applause for you and me. Those are real hand claps, ladies and gentlemen, real hand claps. Anyway, Donnie's Thoughts, episode 50. I am Donnie. That sounds so good to me, saying episode 50. Man, that's just awesome. But anyway, as I do every episode, every wait. I'm so happy. I'm sorry. But as I do every episode, I want to shout out all my supporters, my new listeners, my longtime listeners, my subscribers. And hey, guys, it is okay. There are 3 ways you can subscribe. You can subscribe for $1 a month. You can subscribe for $10 a month. You can subscribe for, I think they got one for $20 a month, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, it's okay to subscribe. I really do appreciate the love and support, but bills have to get paid, right? I need some new equipment. I'm investing in things here and there because season 2, yes, there is going to be a season 2. I'm approaching this podcast situation that I got going on totally different because I want it to be, at its best level possible because I do have quite a few supporters. And I just want to make sure that I keep them happy. And I want my new supporters to, really take me in and embrace me. So I'm working on that, but I need your help. So feel free to subscribe, okay? Anyway, man, episode 50, man. I'm not sure what I want to go into because from episode 49 till now, you feel me? There's a lot of things that's been going on. But let's start it off like this, right? So I consider myself to be a very observant. I observe things, right? I'm getting caught up in my words, but I consider myself one of those kind of guys to observe the situation before I speak on anything. And recently, I just been watching how, in our community, how we react to certain things and certain things that we do. And I'm no expert, right? So I'm no one's doctor or anything like that. But these are some of the things that I've noticed. Okay? So, I was brought up in a 2-parent household, right? My mother and my stepfather, excuse me, and my brother, right? It was us 2, okay? And looking at how their relationship was, most of the people in that era, right, were, like that was the item. That's kind of how they were set up, right? Like both the parents were working, you know what I'm saying? If your father was around, whether it was a biological or stepfather, he probably worked a full-time job. The mother, if she was lucky, she probably worked a part-time job because you do need the mothers in the home, you know what I'm saying, to be with the children, right? and to help mold them and things of that nature, especially in our community. I don't think anyone was. I don't want to say anyone, but I don't think a lot of our parents were able just to stay at home, right? I don't think they had that luxury. I'm sure it was, but I'm pretty sure it was more, you know, working mothers and working fathers. Whether it be the mother was working part time, father was working full time, because two incomes is always better than one. Okay, especially in our community, right? Because if you're one of those parents that don't want your child to need for anything, you want to make sure you're able to take care of your children 100%, right, as a whole. Or even just making things easier for your partner, right? When you put all the financial responsibility on one person, you do not understand the amount of stress that person feels, whether it be he or she. Imagine being in a relationship and, you know, you hit a rough patch, but you can't even go to your mate, for any financial support. You can't even go to your mate and say, man, I don't get paid until, next week. You think you can spot me, $100? The amount of frustration that you will be going through when you're in a relationship like that, where it's just one person contributing, like physically, financially, it is, so it can be overwhelming. So I imagine that's why, they say a partnership, hence, the word partnership. You figure out a way to make it work. You'll figure out a way for one parent to be at home with the kids, and but that parent is able to help support financially as a whole. Because when I'm telling you, and what I notice, what women will try to do, they'll try to validate your manhood on what you can provide. First of all, this society that we live in, that wasn't created by us, it was not based off. It is based off of like material bullshit, right? Because you gotta think about it. You rather your mate, whether it be a woman or a man, solely be responsible for everything financial. Do you know how many people probably died of a heart attack, of a stroke, or some crazy shit because they're thinking about how they gonna pay all the bills, how everything gonna get done. You don't, shit's not easy. And especially in the black community, shit ain't never been easy for the black man. So just imagine if you put that amount of stress on one person. It don't make no sense, right? So back to what I'm saying, right? It's almost as if watching, not even just, my mother and my stepfather, right? And to be honest with you, that's really was, I call them pops. God bless the dead. Social media and entertainment, these reality shows, the music, and so forth, has really fucked people's heads up. I can guarantee you, your mother and father wasn't going out to eat every night. I can guarantee your mother and your father wasn't going to 5-star restaurants every night for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I can guarantee you that shit wasn't happening, right? But I can't talk about your lifestyle, right? Because obviously the world is 7 billion people in the world, right? Maybe 3 billion black people, right? I can't speak for everyone's experience, but I can speak for mine, right? We would go out, out to eat maybe 3 times a month, right? Somebody did good, say, because, it was vice versa. My mom had the full-time job, right? Pops, he was falling into his retirement, so he had like a part-time job. But whatever the case may be, right? So say my mom got like a promotion or something like that. We would go to like Theodore's. It was this restaurant on 95th. I'm from Chicago, as you probably already know. I was raised in Chicago, right? But anyway, so we would probably go to Theodore's. You know, this is supposed to be like a top-notch restaurant. Pops will order a steak. Mom will order some lamb chops or something like that. And, you know, my brother and I, we would just, you know, we would order the shit, cheeseburger and fries. We didn't want none of that other shit. You know what I mean? We kids, you know, so we wasn't thinking like, yeah, let me get a steak with this and that. We wasn't thinking like that. Breakfast, it would be the pancake, the original pancake house, right? IHOP, you know what I'm saying? Or one of them diners. But this wasn't no everyday thing. It wasn't no crazy shit like that. When we wanted something, you know, from the neighborhood, it was this gyro shop called King Neptune's, right? And yeah, gyros were amazing, right? But it was a neighborhood shop, so it's like everybody in the neighborhood went there, and the owners knew everybody, right? Of course, they were Greek or whatever, but still, anyway, it wasn't no how it is, how people believe you to be, and this is like you know, my parents weren't millionaires, you know. At the time, they were financially stable, and they were, you know, it was a cool time, right? Because living in America, you have these decades where it's cool, right? At the time, Bill Clinton was in office. He fucked up a lot of black families' lives, right? But major companies, my mother worked for a major company, uh, she was cool. You know, my stepfather worked for a major company. He was cool. You get what I'm saying? So it was at that time, the economy was stable, right? So if you worked, you was in a different, you know, you was in a different space. And when we would take vacations, right? It wasn't every weekend, you know, my mother and my pops was out, you know, on a cruise or some shit like that. It wasn't like that, right? It would be like, you know, every so often in the summertime we would go to New York or something like that. Uh, we would go to, I don't know, Canada, you know, just, you know, the major, not just major visiting family, you know what I mean? Just New York and things like that, you know, nothing crazy, right? It wasn't, and then half the time staying at a hotel, that was like, oh my God, that was like a fucking, I don't know, yeah, staying at a hotel made you feel like, oh shit, you have money. But most of the time, you go out of town, you staying with your family. You get what I'm saying? But now everybody makes it seem like they take these trips, they stay at these 5-star hotels, they eat, you know, cuisines and shit every night at these great restaurants. And I'm just trying to figure out where did this all happen? Like, how did this all start? This culture of we don't need to be, you know, at home, you know, or women thinking that men are just, you know, a fucking ATM, and that's how they're supposed to handle, you know, they're supposed to handle everything financial and all this shit. It used to be your grandma would tell you, your grandfather would take your grandma out maybe once a month. You understand? Especially if he was in charge of the finances, and that was like the biggest thing to her. Like, ooh, this is our weekend that we go out, and that was like a big thing. But now it's like, man, and I know a lot of my listeners are like, oh man, you sound old and old. But no, I'm just wondering, when did the mentality change? Right? Motherfuckers wasn't doing this kind of shit. And I'm starting to think it don't even be done for, like, you know, I'm trying to like impress, you know, my mate. It's done to impress everybody else. It's like, oh, damn, her guy take her out, every night. They in somebody's restaurant. Oh, you know, he buy her this, he buy her that. Man, do you realize back in before I even showed an interest in women, right? Because I always loved women, but you know, when you're a young man, you wasn't even thinking about that. You thought women had cooties or some shit, or whatever, right? Whatever the fuck. But I remember like seeing my people, my step pops would be like, "Huh, here you go, honey. I got you a card," and that would light my mom up. It was like, oh, that was so thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? But it's like now you try to get a girl some shit like that. It's like, nigga, what's this? You know, and it's like, what the fuck? So, you know, all these expectations, I'm trying to figure out where did they come from, right? If you look at the fucking Cosbys, right? When was Bill Cosby taking Clear out? They wasn't going out every night. They was at home, right? And check this out. They both worked. She was some kind of, I forget what she was, a lawyer, psychologist, and he was delivering babies or whatever the fuck. So, like, where does this idea come from where the man is just, I mean, what, you think she was just work, she would just work and put her money up? Like, I'm so confused about the thought process, the way of thinking of today. I'm so confused because this is all you see. You look at anyone's social media, you look at any of these, you know, reality shows, people, everyone's always going out to eat. Everyone's at the club. Everyone's like doing like fun shit all the time. Right? And then they get into some dramatic beef shit, right? But, dude, y'all having fun all the time. When do y'all find time to fucking beef? What are y'all beefing about? That's what it looked like to me. This is my personal opinion. I'm just confused, and I wonder, does anybody take a step back? Or maybe you know what? Maybe people are just, you know, straight up frauds, right? All these entertainers and socialites and all that shit, maybe they just be bullshitting, you know, for the people. And they don't really be living life like that. They, you know, they want to sit down and have a meal and all that other shit. Like a home cooked meal and, you know, I don't know. Because the way they got it, the way it looked like it's just free money out there. Like it's like they just woke up one day, here you go. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like. I don't know anyone's struggle, you know, anyone's story. It just looked like they just wake up and, you know, it's free money. It's just, hey, I woke up today, here I go. You know what I mean? So it's a little confusing because when, you know, the regular person has to go out and they struggling, but in the back of their mind, they trying to live like what they see on TV or social media. They struggling, right? But in their mind, they like, well, if I can go out to eat at this restaurant, if I can catch this flight, yeah, I know my living standards is fucked up, but shit, I'm living my best life if I'm able to do this. Right? I'm at the top of the mountain, you know, like fuck it, you know. Kids is fucked up, all that shit, but you know what? I'm living my best life because I'm able to go to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to take a trip this weekend and these hoes can't. I'm able to eat here. I'm able to spend, you know, $600-700 on some food. You know what I'm saying? The rest of these niggas can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know. It just seems fucked up, right? It just seems like we're on this fucking track going nowhere with all the advancements that we have. We ain't going, it don't seem like we're going anywhere, you know? I don't know. I'm just confused, and I want to know. I challenge my listeners. You can hit me up on Twitter. And you know what? first of all, I want to apologize. Uh, I got a new follower on Twitter, and they actually hit me up and they asked a very good question, but it took me a few days to respond because my longtime listeners know the running joke is I have not been able to get any support on Twitter. But now, yeah, you know what? That surprised me. So I'm going to make sure I respond quickly now. But anyway, all my alerts are on, notifications are on for Twitter. But I challenge my listeners to tell me when did this all change? Like, when did everybody all of a sudden become rich? Like, when did that happen? You know, think about your childhood experience watching your parents or your uncles and aunties, and you know, was maybe y'all parents was going out to eat every night. You know, it was a trip every weekend, and no one had to work, and your dad was a millionaire. Your mom, you know, was able to do, you know, whatever, not work. You let me know what your experience was like, right? Because, I mean, you know, my experience was a little different. I'm not, it wasn't bad at all to me. It wasn't bad at all. I mean, there were some things I definitely should have never got involved in, but you know, when you're immature and I'm gonna just throw this out there. I thought that, you know, the world that we lived in at that time, I believe that you could, and this was, you know, my thought process because I didn't have any experience in the world yet. My mind wasn't tainted. I was just dreaming about the wrong thing. I definitely thought that you could be a professional drug lord in this world. You know what I'm saying? And this, and yeah, it sounds funny, but I really thought, you know, you work your way up to the top in that field, you know, you get you a team, and, you know, once you hit that peak, everything else is like automatic. You know what I'm saying? Money's going to be coming in left and right, you know. You got lawyers for this, lawyers for that. And, yeah, I was hanging around, you know, and it's not their fault. You know, I'm a sponge, you know. I'm 12, 14, hanging around adults, you know, and I hate using that word, but people that are in their 20s, early 20s, and the wild shit that they doing, I'm right there doing it with them. You know what I'm saying? Not having a clue, like, nah, you know, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But I thought, like, man, this was the way to go, you know. And another thing I noticed that changed, man, street niggas done really changed. Like, I'm talking about really changed. I remember back in the day, niggas did not like taking pictures. I'm talking about, listen, we had these skating rinks, the rink and the route, okay? The route was over there on 66, you know. 60. I want to say 61st, maybe 60 something. And the rink was on 87th, right? And that's still up and running too. But you would go there, you know what I'm saying? You would be dancing on a girl and shit, you know what I mean, whatever. And you know, they got the little cameraman in there. The girls would be like, yeah, let's take a picture, you know. And I'm telling you, niggas would be like, nah. Like, I don't do pictures. Like, niggas didn't want to take pictures. Like, that was like, and if you did take a picture with a girl, that was like your girl. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say you know, it was another girl you was vibing, you know, and she asked you for a picture. You gonna take it, but you gonna take it with you. You like, well, let me keep it at my, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it to my house. I wanna wake up to your face or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like niggas was not into taking pictures. Fast forward now, shit, you can't stop these niggas from taking pictures. They taking pictures. It's almost like niggas is hitting angles and all that kind of shit now. And I'm just like, wait, who are they taking pictures for? You know what I mean? Niggas ain't even taking pictures to impress girls. They taking pictures to impress niggas. To like show niggas their lifestyle. And it's like, that's weird to me. Like this whole concept of social media, and I know I'm jumping from all over the place, but this shit has been on my mind, and that's why it's called Donnie's Thoughts. I'm sorry, I never have a chain of order, because my mind is like an expressway. Shit's just moving, and sometimes we get stuck on a subject, and then traffic clears up and it's moving again. But what's crazy is, what's the point of Instagram or Snapchat, like Facebook, you know, like what's the point, right? And it's so weird to me because I sit back and I say like, this, like we have created like egomaniacs, male and female. Like you have people that think so much of themselves, and it's crazy. You got women of today are mean as shit. Call it what you want, but I'm talking about, I've seen some of the worst attitudes coming from especially black women. And I'm trying to figure out where it comes from. Is it coming from social media? I don't know. But I thought about it like this, right? All right. Listen, I'm not a woman, so I really can't, speak for a woman. But I got an idea, and this is just my opinion. So when you go on like a social media site like Instagram, right? I wonder when they get male followers, why they think they got male followers. Right? Do you think they thinking like, oh, these niggas is really like paying attention to what I'm typing? Do they really think I'm beautiful? Right? Is it really because I'm damn near naked? Okay? Or I'm shaking my ass like 80% of the time, right? I'm twerking, right? Girls be twerking and just to twerk, You'll be driving and the bitch just start twerking, right? Excuse my language, right? It's crazy. It's like, damn. It's like every girl's a stripper. It's just wow, shit. It's just, you walk in and the bitch start twerking. It's like, oh, okay, so I'm supposed to respect you. Got you. But think about this, right? The amount of attention that they get niggas saying they want to marry them. They get niggas saying they'll pay for it. They get niggas saying they ain't shit. They get niggas saying all kind of shit to them in their messaging, right? Just, it be random niggas, oh, you're a queen, and oh, you're a bitch, right? They get all of that, right? And they get this shit from all over the world. It ain't like, oh, when you was in high school, all the freshmen singing niggas was talking to you. This shit coming from all over the world, all ages. You got motherfuckers from 12 to fucking 90 coming at, one girl, like just saying all kinds of shit, right? And I wonder, do they ever say, let me figure, why is everybody, why all these niggas following me, coming at me like this? Right? Right? Like, why? I like the niggas that be on there, right, flashing their money, guns, drugs, jewelry, clothes, cars. Do they ever be like, damn, why are these girls coming at me like this? Like, is it because I'm this or what? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? So I was thinking, like, and I ain't trying to humble nobody or nothing, but I was thinking, right? do girls know like how they are being looked at nowadays? Right? Y'all being looked at as pieces of meat. Cause how about this, right? If every girl, right, put up a picture of just their body, no face attached, right? See how many likes and followers you get. Just put up your body. You probably gonna get a million motherfuckers still saying the same thing, like, I want to wife you, how much that costs. Saying the same shit they say with your face in the picture. Now, right, just put a picture of your face. All your pictures just be your face. It don't be nothing but your face or pictures of your food, because that's what people like to do now. You know, it don't be nothing else. Just a picture of your face. Every time you post, it's a picture of your face. I can guarantee you your likes and your quote-unquote followers will go down. My guys who like flashing money, jewelry, blah, 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 just put a picture of your face and you will be humbled. Y'all out here thinking these women want you for you? Y'all women really out here thinking they want to get to know your personality off of the way you present yourself? Y'all really out here thinking that? That shit is nuts. I mean, think about it. I'm talking about whatever. Let's just say you have work done on your body, right? Just post that. Don't attach your face. Niggas ain't even reading your captions anyway. And then you put that up on a body, an unworked on body, what you consider fat. I guarantee you they gonna have the same amount of motherfucking messages. Guarantee you. Niggas they ain't even on that like that. They don't be caring because y'all make yourself, call it what you want. Y'all like to participate in slut walks, and these feminists got y'all thinking crazy. Man, listen, a duck is a duck is a duck. If it quack like a duck, it's a duck. I don't want to hear no hidden bullshit to it. This is what I'm saying. Y'all post y'all shit knowing it's some hoe shit. Knowing it's some hoe shit. And knowing that's how y'all gonna get attention. It don't never be about y'all. Listen, you ever put steak in front of a homeless person? A person that's starving, right? That ain't had nothing to eat? You take a nice juicy steak, and for my vegans, a nice scrumptious salad, and you put that in front of that homeless person, you think they just gonna be like, oh, it's just there. Let me mind my business and keep my thoughts to myself. No, if you're half fucking naked and you're doing these, seductive dances, what you think they like? Oh man, I wonder what her mind's like. No, they like, I want to fuck. You dress as such. They're like, yeah, she gotta be with it. Like, what the fuck? Like, same thing for the niggas. If your calling card is your money. They don't see nothing else. They see, oh, this nigga, he taking trips, he posting pictures of his money, he got money. Every time he posts a picture, he got his money out, whatever. Dude, all they see is an ATM. They not into you. They into the money that you gonna spend on them. And it works both ways. These niggas don't want you. They'll take any warm body. That's what I'm saying. I guarantee you, and this ain't, look, the beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But I guarantee you, if women just posted their face, none of that corny shit, filters and all that shit. Just post your natural face. Matter of fact, you can post filters, all that. I guarantee you, your DMs will be low than a motherfucker. Your followers will be low than a motherfucker. But the moment you show some skin, whew, then that's when it go up. Y'all don't see that? Y'all don't see how that? I know y'all see that. I know y'all see how that works. And y'all fucking up these little girls' heads. Y'all fucking up these little boys' heads. Man, let me tell you. It used to be, you call a girl a bitch, you be like, look, bitch. Man, it was damn near World War III or some shit. Like, she was damn near fighting you. It was crazy. She would go tell her brothers and her cousins. You niggas, you just couldn't be calling these girls bitches like that unless, it was some other shit. But now, I'm telling you what I see and what I hear. These motherfuckers be like, bitch, this is my bitch, my bitch, my bitch. Look, bitch. Like, look, bitch, you better quit playing. And they just be loving it. They answer to it. So if I came up and I'm watching my mother and father, and when they would argue, because people argue, I ain't never hear that. I heard of some other shit, but I ain't never hear that. So imagine these babies just having babies. And they hear, hey, my dad be calling my mom a bitch, and she just laugh, and everything's fine. They be hugging and kissing. It's cool. How you think he gonna treat his woman? Just think about that shit. Then it's gonna get worse and worse. So that's what I mean, like, going back to what I was saying earlier, it's like we on a fucking cycle of destruction that just keep repeating itself, and nobody's really trying to wake up. Like, nobody's really trying to wake up, man. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, niggas be trying to impress niggas by buying bottles. Look, back in the day, and I hate saying back in the day, but at one point in time, niggas did not want to be a trick. Like, you couldn't pay a nigga to be a trick. You can go to the strip club at one point in time with about $30, $50 in your pocket. Buy a couple of beers, have a couple of shots, tip a couple of dances. I'm talking about a couple of dollars, like $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. Have a good night. How in the fuck did this culture of I'm gonna go to the club and I'm finna blow some racks? Man, niggas was not talking like that down south. Niggas was not talking like that in New York, in Chicago. It was like, niggas was not talking like that because nobody wanted to be a trick. Nobody wanted to be a simp. But now, if you think about it, niggas ain't even throwing the money to impress the girls. They throwing the money to impress the niggas that's in the club. Like, yeah, nigga, you can't do this. You see all these bottles in my section? You can't do this. You know what I mean? I'm over here throwing money on the bitch I don't even know. Right? You can't do it, homie. You ain't even with the shits. You ain't getting money like me. They ain't even paying attention to the bitches. They doing it for the niggas. Like, it's crazy. It is so fucking crazy. And then it's shit that I hear about females, man. It'll be like, damn, why you dressed like that? Like, you got a man, right? You got a whole man. Why you dressed like that? Oh, I ain't no hoe or nothing, but I dress like this because, it's really as a female, you want to look good around other females. Damn. So looking like a hoe around another female makes you look good. You makes you feel good about yourself. Like, think about it. They be like, I don't be dressing like this for niggas. Who you be dressing like that for? Like, so in your mind, dressing like a hoe, because at one point in time, at some point in time, we knew the difference between a woman that was a woman of the night and the women that were like, not women of the night. Now you can't tell. But that's another story. You're dressing like this for what? Right? What's the point? And they'll tell you, oh, it's my body. I can dress how I want to dress. Cool. Guess what? Sex trafficking is at an all-time high. Because when they look, especially in the black community, when they look at you, all you present is sex. That's all you present. So it's like, yeah, she is fucking. And if she not fucking, we gonna make her fuck. Simple as that, because it's all, you're giving off. That's all you're presenting. You just want to be sexed. Right? So, y'all do realize over the past few years, right, black women it's damn near they being targeted in these kidnappings. I just want to point that out. I don't know why, but it's something going on. I just want to point that out. But I'm just so befuddled by the behavior in our communities, in our culture, in our people. I'm just like, it's fucking confusing. And I know people wake up. I'm not saying everybody's perfect, but I know at some point in time with doing the fuck shit, it's like, damn, I don't really need to be doing this. You know what? I live for the day when a nigga be like, shit, you know what? Fuck that club. You know what I mean? I just bought a fucking 6-unit building. Nigga, top that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you did? Fuck that building, nigga. Nigga, we building hospitals or some shit, And all this shit is possible. Because you got to think about every fucking damn near white person ever was involved in a life of crime. And they, at some point in time, they said, this is what we're going to do to legitimize their family, right? They wanted to go legit, and so they figured some shit out, right? So it can be done. A motherfucker can wake up one day like, oh, okay. No, I'm going to start a fucking bus company, right? It could be done because all we think, when you in that lifestyle, is, I'm going to get a barbershop. I'm going to get a bar. Okay, we have enough of those in our community. Think of something else. You know what? A motherfucker never said, I never heard, and maybe, hey, you all might have, someone listening might have heard this, but I never heard a black man say, I wonder how much it costs to manufacture my own car. I look up, there's cars that I've, like car brands that I never even heard of, and I'm like, where the fuck are these cars coming from? Who's manufacturing these cars? We have never sit down, well, I have not heard someone that's been in the game say, man, you know what, I want to see how much it costs to manufacture a car. Never heard that shit. Or how much it costs to build a hospital or buy a hospital. It's a hospital for sale. It's empty in the Chicagoland area. What the fuck? Right? I don't know. It's like, I like, instead of the girls talking about some, look, I'm stunting on these bitches with my inches, and I got a new set of titties, I got a new ass, I'm out here, my Chanel bag and all that shit. How about some, I'm trying to invest in, a school. How much it costs to get a charter school? Because women is getting money. Especially, like women is getting money. But no one ever thinks like to do some other shit. We all want to do the same shit. We all don't, and then we don't want to support each other. I'm finna tell you, my brother is an artist. I'm talking about this has been his life, just art. My grandfather, God bless the dead, he was blessed to have steady hands, and so is my brother. He came out with a clothing brand, and it's real good work, and not just because it's my brother. But for the past few years, any motherfucker in any neighborhood, black neighborhood in the United States of America, I don't know, do they sit down? I don't know, is it like some special phone you pick up? But you cannot go to any black neighborhood in Chicago and it don't be at least, this is bare minimum, 100 motherfuckers trying to sell a t-shirts, hoodies, and hats with some logo that they probably didn't even draw. They have no art background at all. No design background, no nothing. And I know someone's going to say, oh, you hating on the next man. No, I'm not, because everybody can't do everything. But do you know how hard that makes it for the person with the art background? Right? with the skills. And then you just come out of nowhere like, oh shit, I'ma just put this shit on a shirt, I'ma sell it, right? And then there's a million motherfuckers doing the same thing. So then it's like, oh man, this shit gonna take forever. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, man. It is some shit that we could think of, that we can do, that probably has been done before, just not done in our community. You show me a black manufactured car. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that can be done. You know what I mean? But it's not. You know, you show me a black-owned garbage company. I mean, what the fuck? I see different garbage companies all the time. You know? Like, especially in the suburbs, they ain't, like, shit. Get a couple of garbage trucks and say, look, we want this contract, we'll do it, you know, a little bit cheaper than these motherfuckers been doing it, and so give us a chance. Like, it probably ain't that easy, but I'm sure if there's a will, there's a way to do some shit different. You want to stunt on me? Just take picture of you signing the deed to some franchise that black people ain't never even thought about getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man? And it's money in the black community. It's money in the black community. So it's not that we don't have it. We just not thinking to do the right shit. And I'm not saying everything I'm saying is the right shit, but we're not thinking outside the box. And I say this time and time and time again, and just about every episode. It's like we have no fucking imagination. And look, ladies, I'm going to tell you like this. I enjoy the female's body like the next man, right? I'm a heterosexual male, okay? But, man, that shit is redundant. If that's all you know how to do is shake your ass and do your hair, like it's, come on. Like, what do you really know how to do? Like, how do I benefit from you shaking your ass? Like, because once again, niggas is out here fucking robots. Dolls, whatever the fuck. Niggas is out here buying the shit. So, if that don't humble you to be like, what else can you bring to the table? What kind of support can you bring, whether it's financial, emotional? Like, what can you really bring to the table? Because, shit, niggas is fucking dolls. So I'm trying to throw that out there. I don't even, like, that's crazy. You like, I don't know. It really all starts with y'all, because y'all can set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, men need guidance, right? Men need guidance, whether they want to admit to it or not, but they do. And you all can guide us in the right direction. If you start using, females be like, oh, well, you should have been thinking with your big head, not your little head. Well, I mean, the same thing for y'all. Y'all think that y'all, for JJ is power when it's not. Niggas is fucking dolls. Niggas will go buy dolls for it's what? And then you got these girls out here, these $40 special girls, like, for real. So it has nothing to do with you for JJ. It's more so your mind. Your mind. Right? Start utilizing that. Start making that dance. Like, on a for real level, like, man, because that shit is just whack. And it gets borderline disgusting after a while, man. And you know what? I'm not going to go into that right now, this episode. But in closing, I just want to say, I think it's so important that we in our community really start having conversations with each other. We're not always going to be on the same, track. But it is very important that we start communicating with each other, right? Matter of fact, don't even go there with communicating, with actually speaking to someone. How about giving eye contact and not thinking that person that looks like you is out to harm you? How about that? How about we try that? I challenge all my listeners to give eye contact to someone that looks like you. And it's coming from a space where, oh, I don't think they're trying to rob me, or, oh, nigga, I'm finna stare you down, or, oh, he's trying to get my number. He's a creep. Why is he looking at me? Like, no. Let's start by walking head up, chest out. You see somebody that looks like you. Hey, how's it going? You know what? That shit sounds great. Awesome to me, right? Then we can start having these conversations where we can say, it's almost like therapy. Because believe it or not, in the black community, we do need therapy. But I don't think we should be getting therapy from the white people. I'm sorry. Because they won't never understand the struggle. And then, that just makes it makes them feel like they're in power and they're helping us. When we really, I've said this 1,000 times, we don't need their help. But we do need therapy, and we could, be each other's therapist, right? Because, man, I listen to people talk all the time that look like me, right? And they be talking some real shit. They be laying down some heavy shit, and I be like, damn, I ain't never think of that, right? I'm telling you, we got to start building that trust. And we can start off small. We can start off, just greeting each other, right? I'm a black man, I look rough around the edges, right? But you as a black man should be able to say hi to me, and I say hi back, and it's no intimidation here. We should feel safe around our own people. It's sad that we've been taught to hurt each other, right? But we can change the way we think, right? Let's start off like that. Even with our women, like, hey, how you doing? They say hi back. It don't have to lead to, hey, can we fuck her? You know what I mean? It don't need to lead to none of that. Just, hey, how you doing? Matter of fact, I really suggest and challenge that we start doing that in our community. Do you know, I'm talking about when someone says, hey, how you doing? And that shit's coming from a positive place, right? And you probably going through some shit and you like, man, I'm doing all right. They're like, good. That's good to hear. Just coming from a positive place, man, that shit probably make you feel so good. It'll probably just make you be like, damn, man, I'm gonna have a good day. So look, let's try that. let's try. It seems small, but it's major. Let's try that. We try a bunch of other hateful shit. We try all the hateful shit in the world. Let's try like doing some shit like that in our community. I'ma definitely do it. I do it on a regular basis. I speak to motherfuckers. They roll their eyes, niggas mean, mug me. Hey, that's cool. We gonna get there. But in closing, you guys are great, man. Thanks for supporting me. This is my 50th episode of Donnie's Thoughts. And as I always say, in order for your light to shine, it cannot be shit. I'm looking at this. This is my longest. I'm sorry, y'all. This is my longest podcast ever. But anyway, in order for your light to shine, it has to be in the darkness. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thanks for the support. You guys are great. I really mean that. My new listeners, my longtime listeners, I love y'all. I love y'all all. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. This has been Donnie's Thoughts, episode 50. I love y'all. Peace.